Hi, my name is Liviana Valentine. I'm from Nadi and Today FM rocks.
My name is Ateza. I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Fish. I'm from Tava. I like listening to Big Breakfast. Today FM rocks.
I'm Juliana. I'm from Lautaka and I like listening to Today FM.
Hi, my name is Chelly. I live in Arere. Today FM rocks my grog and lollipop.
Bula, my name is So. I'm from Nabua. I like listening to Today's FM.
Bula, my name is Asilika from Rocky and Today FM rocks with my flip-flops.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate. This is FBC News. Tonight, the nation counts down to the Olympics rugby semi-final. Man dies in house fire. And insurance companies under spotlight. The Fiji 7 side is just 2 wins away from creating history for Fijian rugby at the Olympic Games tomorrow. As the team faces Japan in the semi-final, it will be the biggest day in the career of coach Ben Ryan. Vashnil Prasad reports from Brazil.
That round, it's not about the first minute always. It's about the defining moment. So I'll go and do my homework. I'll look at them, see where their strengths are, see where the boys are. Talk to Natha, Rapati, William, and Crackers. Sleep on it, and then get ready for what. Well, it'd be my biggest day in coaching tomorrow. Hit the clock hard if they get in front, slow things down, run off penalties, 3-man, 4-man, 5-man line-outs, all sorts of different things to make them. I know in the past Fijian teams look to one side, see the name and think that it'll be easy. We know any opponent in the Olympic Games semi-final is going to be a tough one, and we have a huge prize at stake, which is to get to that Olympic final. What an exciting day for everybody involved in Fijian rugby, and if you're Fijian around the world, tomorrow is a huge day for us.
For you?
For me, for everyone though. I mean, I just do my bit. I want to get the sides right. I want to make sure there's no surprises on the field by the opposition and get the boys all in a good state. And Oscar's done a brilliant job with that as well. Look, we wanted to get to this point. Our dream is still on. We have 1 day to go. We have 2 games to win. We do that and we'll achieve what we set out to a long time ago.
Just 1 more day left at the Diodoro Stadium before our fate will be known, whether we will win gold or we will settle for something else. In Brazil, Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
And earlier on, Fiji had to dig deep to beat New Zealand 12-7 in the middle quarter-final. It was Nipi Jerituai who scored the match winner. Ali Kimbia has more.
Tough as we expected. Although they've had some injuries, you look at that starting side with the Ione brothers and Mickelson and Kaka and Forbes and Dixon and Pulu, full All Black. It's a tough side. And I knew that they were going to give us a really hard game, patient. And they got a good opportunist try from Gillies, really. Saw that the sweeper was up and chipped and scored a nice try. And as soon as they got the lead, they started bending down the clock and winding it down and winding it down. Them having to chase, got the score. And then really, we made a few half breaks, but not quite enough to get those 2 scores. And then to give that penalty away at the end was absolutely right by Rasta, who had an outstanding game actually. We had to avoid breakdowns because that's where their bread and butter is, that's where they get so many turnovers. And we had to keep the ball alive, work hard off it, and then make sure that our defence was solid.
The excitement and anticipation for the Sevens semi-final match is beyond comprehension. Our reporter Rachel Nath took to the streets to see how preparations are underway for one of the country's most defining moments.
The extent of pride across the nation cannot go unnoticed as we prepare to watch the most anticipated game of the year. The Silver City was abuzz today, decorated with Noble Banner Blues, Go Fiji Go, Tosa Viti and Jao Fiji Jao signs everywhere.
Dozens of flags been sold out.
Go Fiji Go. So I want to thank the boys for giving their hearts out.
The sale is really good. We are selling lots of our Fiji rugby product. Like we have selling Road to Rio t-shirts. Like it's crazy.
This is absolutely beautiful. Just take a look around and see the hype that is associated with our Fijian Sevens team. This is a true depiction of our Fijian pride. I'm Rachel Nath for FBC News.
A family in Vunivivi Hill Nausori is mourning the loss of a loved one in a house fire Tuesday night. Pranita Prakash reports the 48-year-old man is the second person to die in a property fire this year.
This is the charred remains of late Hussein Baksh house. Baksh was alone at home when the 3-bedroom house caught fire.
We were not sure anyone was inside. So when his sons came around about 10 to 15 minutes later, then we found out that his father has spoken to him half an hour ago, and we got an idea that someone was inside. So the body was located. There was his room just beside the entrance of the sitting room there.
The victim's father, 74-year-old Farooq Usman, says he travelled from Ravimba after being informed of the tragic incident. He could not hold back his emotions while talking about his eldest son.
Tuesday night, about 9 o'clock, I was ringing my nephew, and he told me he's dead. After that, next morning I come here. Then I see what happened then.
Baksh is survived by his wife and 3 children. The National Fire Authority is still carrying out the investigation. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
Attorney General Ayaz Said Qayyum has once again put insurance companies under the spotlight. Said Qayyum says insurance companies have not been proactive in coming up with products that suit our socio-economic circumstances. Ali Kimbia has more.
The government has requested insurance companies to come up with products that cater for the need of people, particularly those in the rural communities.
There is an opportunity there for the insurance companies, together with the government, playing a role in terms of furthering cover to these people, but you could cap it.
Said Qayyum says it is vital for the insurance industry to cover for any natural disaster.
Reduced standard that is going to be devastating for the insurance companies, but some standard that will meet at least certain categories of cyclones.
Some of the companies are currently working on extending their cover.
There's no simple solution. It's something that everybody has to work towards.
We do need to think about the socio-economic issues in Fiji.
Government has stated that it is ready to work with insurance companies to solve the issue. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Still to come on FBC News, Undu villagers to undergo selection criteria for the seasonal workers scheme. And second phase of UN Pacific anti-corruption project to improve trade environment. Stay with us.
Radio Fiji 1 Radio Fiji 1 ndo moibiti na bonga ndoniano na evangolite ya rakiraki. Mami na marama ni Northland. Mami na utaleta na Radio Fiji 1 ndo moibiti na bonga ni beyaniano.
Na Radio Fiji 1 ndo moibiti na bonga ni beyaniano.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. 15 men from the district of Undu in Maduwata will undergo the selection criteria for the seasonal workers scheme. Their names were submitted to the Ministry of Employment, which along with their minister is holding public consultations in Vanuatu. Eleanor Tarangaivi reports.
Villagers of Winikondi, Nukundamu, Nukusa, Nambo Ono and the Waro gathered at Winikondi village to receive the Minister for Employment and Productivity, Semi Corella Bissau. It took the team almost 4 hours to get to the village, 3 hours by car from Lambasa and about 45 minutes by outboard motor.
We are really grateful that today the Ministry of Services has been brought closer to us. We have heard them and they had encouraged us to be part of this great initiative to help improve our livelihood.
Following a review of the selection process for the seasonal workers scheme, the criteria has now changed and selecting those in the rural and isolated communities is priority.
This is the government's way, the way that the government sees that will generate employment for those in the rural areas and remote communities. If a youth here goes to work overseas, he will not only help his family, but also the village, the clan, the district, and the government.
Each of the 5 villages here in the district of Undu is required to field 3 unemployed individuals, preferably men, to be part of the seasonal workers scheme. They will go through the selection criteria and their names will be put into the ready pool.
The only source of livelihood is the sea. Yangona does not grow here. To have this is something we will be forever grateful for.
We are hopeful we will be recruited because we have the backing of the district, who has agreed to pay for all our expenses in order to get there.
In the next 9 months, the Fijian government hopes to send 900 locals to work in Australia and 500 to work in New Zealand under the seasonal workers scheme. Eleanor Turangibu, FBC News.
The second phase of the UN Pacific Anti-Corruption Project was launched today. It will help support Pacific Island countries in strengthening their national integrity and aims to create a better environment for trade, business and sustainable development. Sainiani Boylo reports.
During the launch of the UN PREC UN Resident Coordinator, Osnet Lubreni emphasized that sustainable development cannot be achieved without effective and accountable institutions.
Developing effective and accountable and transparent institutions at all levels, and 2, substantially reducing corruption and bribery in all its forms. The UN system is strongly positioned to support actions to achieve these targets.
Australian High Commissioner to Fiji, Margaret Toomey, says she is confident the second phase of UN PREC will continue the excellent work undertaken during the first phase of the project from 2012 to 2016.
We know the corrosive effects corruption can have on human development, public order and economic opportunities. So initiatives like UNPRAC are critical to helping pave the way to stability and prosperity.
The Australian-funded $9 million UN PREC Phase 2 project covers 15 Pacific Island countries. It offers technical expertise, tools and knowledge, including support for peer exchange in the region. Sainiani Boyla, News.
The public can expect a high caliber of contestants at this year's Vodafone Hibiscus Festival. Shireen Shivan reports contestants have undergone intensive training in the lead-up to the 2016 pageant.
A lot of effort and hard work has been put into training the 54 contestants in the 5 categories in the 2016 Hibiscus Festival.
It's not only just a week before the festival. We've done cattle calling in the early part of the year, and then for the last, I would say 2 months, the work has begun in terms of preparing the contestant.
Contestants in previous years have been criticized for their inability to speak publicly and for their talent not being up to expectations. Miss Today FM Mafi Tupo is preparing her research on different forms of stress and wants employers to have social corporate responsibility towards reducing stress levels at workplaces.
I'm ready for next week, and yes, I have to be mentally, physically and spiritually fit for next week. And in terms of preparation, there's a lot of things that I'm trying to handle it.
The 2016 Hibiscus Festival will begin on Saturday at the Vodafone Arena in Laudalabe, Suva. The week-long festival will have performances by a 75-member acrobatic team from China and a cultural program by a Bollywood group from India. Shireen Shivan, FBC News.
The American ambassador to Fiji is hosting an Arts and Embassies exhibition at her official residence. Ambassador Judith Sefkin says she handpicked the art exhibits of 7 prominent American artists whose work reflects the beauty of nature and the responsibility of everyone to protect it.
Well, I think this program is really special and important because art is a great connector, between countries, between people. It really does celebrate our common humanity, and I think it's a good way of sort of building understanding and connections.
The exhibition was launched last night and will remain at the ambassador's residence for the duration of her tenure in Fiji. And Jamie joins us now with the latest from the Olympic Games.
Thanks, Jackie, and good evening. Coming up in sports, no shortage of vocal support for Fiji Sevens in Rio. And Fijian footballers bow out of 2016 Olympics after final pool game. Stay with us for this and more.
मैं जुगेन नंबिलो तालिब से रेडियो फिजी 2 24 घंटे मेरे साथ रहता है।
हम मंगेरी ताउका के ललेश है। हमारे दिल में और दिमाग में खाली रेडियो फिजी 2 है और सभी भाइयों से आग्रह करते हैं कि रेडियो फिजी 2 सुनना चाहिए।
मेरा नाम अभिनेश है, मैं नंदी का रहने वाला हूँ। मैं सभी समय रेडियो फिजी 2 सुनता हूँ क्योंकि उसमें आईना प्रोग्राम रहता है।
हाय, मैं उमेश नसासा नाबुआ से। मैं जब भी सुना रेडियो फिजी 2 सुना। रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
The men's Fiji Sevens team has won the hearts of many in the first 2 days of competition at the Olympics. Now the dream of an Olympic gold medal seems only an arm's reach away as we await the final day of Sevens competition. And if you think you've seen some rugby crazy supporters at home over the last 2 days, check out these Fiji fans who made the journey to Brazil. Rohit there with more.
It is the support of this kind which has helped the Fiji Sevens team reach the semi-final. The Fiji fans, though, admitting that the last minute of the Fiji-New Zealand match seemed like hours to finish.
Fiji, they always give me heart attack. I told my cousin, hey, let's just win. Let's just win by plenty. But they always come back. And Fiji, that's how to play the game, you know? I'm speechless when it comes to Fiji's playing, you know, sevens. You know, I'm very speechless, you know, but I'm glad we won.
Baravilala lives in Hawaii and is the father of USA Women's Sevens rep Bui Baravilala, but his heart will always remain in Fiji.
My Karua's cousin is playing for Japan, Sojima, and I might be going both, but it's always going to be Fiji. Yeah, Fiji is gonna. We have to win that gold. We have to win the gold. I know Japan has a lot of gold. Fiji hasn't won a gold yet, so we need that gold. Right now, I want to tell Sojima, please excuse us. We have to win the gold.
The Tiloma family from Fiji are also here and are pleased with what they have seen so far.
I know it's tough, but we believe that Fiji is going to win because we are Fijians and we believe that Toso Viti Toso, that's our motto.
Kalonga Chinangito, we're all praying for gold, and even if gold doesn't come, we still love you.
Toso Viti Toso, 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 Toso Viti Toso.
So this has been the atmosphere here at the Deodoro Stadium as Fiji maintained their 100% winning record after 4 matches. One can only imagine what the atmosphere will be like after 16 hours if Fiji does win their first gold. Here in Brazil, Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, the FBC staff are all geared up in support of our Sevens boys. Today, we decked out Broadcasting House in Suva with Fiji flags in preparation for tomorrow's games. Chief Executive Riazad Kiyum says the anticipation and excitement over Fiji's chance to bring home the gold triggered the celebration.
We are just as patriotic as everyone else, and we want to celebrate. So we're having a bit of a get-together tomorrow morning, and all of FBC, all staff members will watch the Sevens tomorrow morning, and we're keeping our fingers crossed, and we're going to be cheering the loudest and hoping that Fiji brings the gold home.
Meanwhile, this patriotic spirit has generated over 110,000 views of the FBC cheer anthem Go Fiji Go on Facebook. The Fiji Under-23 football team ended its maiden campaign at the Olympic Games on an unpleasing note this morning, the side suffering a huge defeat at the hands of gold medal favourites Germany 10-0 in its last pool match. Fijian weightlifter Apollonia Vaivai has finished 11th overall at the Olympics. The USA maintains its lead on the Olympic medal tally at the end of competition today. They have 11 gold, 11 silver and 10 bronze medals, followed by China with 10 gold, 5 silver and 8 bronze medals. Japan, Australia and Hungary round off the top 5. The Hot Bread Kitchen has donated $15,000 to the Table War Rugby campaign to raise money for Team Fiji. Staff relish the opportunity to get behind the team and help fan the spirit of the nation towards success and the gold in Rio. Fasanok Vice President Finance Jerome Kado says their contribution has boosted enthusiasm and energy.
Table War Rugby and Calden, who have done so much good work in helping to raise funds to plug the shortfall in funds that we need to basically support this team.
The campaign continues until the end of the month. It allows the public to support the Fiji men's Sevens team through the sale of Table War wristbands. That's it from Sports Tonight. We'll be back again tomorrow. Fingers crossed with some amazing news. Go Fiji, go.
The Olympic Games has no doubt taken the jet-set town by storm. The town, bustling with tourists, has much to say about how the Games is benefiting their businesses. Ellen Stolz has the details.
Nadi is a bustling town, as the Sevens' prospects for winning a medal looks promising. Businesses are focusing their sales on Fiji rugby merchandise, flags and rugby balls.
Sales is really good, and we are selling a lot. And the Fiji rugby t-shirts on them, and Fiji, this brand as well, Fiji Rugby Road to Gold as well. It's going good. People are buying it.
Tau Sports manager Pretty Reddy says their sales have gone up.
So far, so good. Customers coming around for Rio t-shirts, and we're selling Fiji flag. Currently, it's out of stock.
People even stopped for a moment to show their support for the Sevens gladiators.
Come on, FCC! Let's cheer for Fiji! Go Fiji, go! All the best to Fiji team! Go Fiji, go!
Apart from the hype and the increase in the sales of merchandise here in Nadi town, people were only too happy to be able to say and give their messages to the Fiji Sevens team at the Rio Olympic Games.
Good to see them beat New Zealand. In Australia, we love a bit of rivalry between the Australians and New Zealand, so good luck to Fiji. Wish them all the very best.
I think Fiji's going to bring the gold back home, considering this is our second gold, and go Fiji go, bring back the gold from Rio.
Go Fiji go, all the best to our Fiji team, and please bring the gold medal.
Fiji go for this Rio Sevens. Go Fiji go, right.
Whether Fiji wins or loses come tomorrow, business owners already have something to smile about, even more so if they win. Ellen Stolz, FBC News.
A mix of sun and clouds with occasional showers was the order of the day across the nation. Temperatures were pretty much the same everywhere. Suva was the coolest at 24 degrees, while Mombasa was recording the warmest at 33. The rest were in the higher 20s. For tomorrow, sunny skies with a cloud or two is expected for tomorrow, while the north is likely to have occasional showers. And looking ahead to Saturday, sunlit skies are forecast for the weekend, while the north can expect cloudy skies with intervals of moderate winds and brief showers. At sea, a strong wind warning remains in force for all Fijian waters with moderate to rough seas. Recapping the main stories for tonight, the nation counts down to the Olympics rugby semi-final. A 48-year-old man of Vunivivi Hill in Nausori died in a house fire, and villagers from Undu district in Madawata will undergo the selection criteria for the seasonal workers scheme. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. This week's poll question, we are asking, are you happy with Fiji's overall Olympic performance so far? To answer, visit our FBC website. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. I'm Jackie Spade. Good night.
Mrs. Maninragu from Batam. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
I'm Sela Sadakau from Vatupula. I only listen to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Golaganaka, I'm Vale and I'm working at Golden Grove Resort, and I love listening to Gold FM because it plays a really wide range of classic music.
I'm Saini Sakio from Kashmir Lotoka. I like Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.